Good morning and welcome to my channel. This morning we are going to be demonstrating a SANYO VTC 5000 top-loading Betamax video machine from around 1980 to 1983 when these were in production. These were probably one of the better machines for reliability out of most of the Betamax machines that were made for the UK market. It was probably the most popular one out of the whole range that you could buy at the time. There were a couple of Sonys. Obviously this was Sony's invention, and many Sony machines were sold in the UK, but this was probably one of the biggest sellers, the SANYO VTC 5000. Just go through some of the controls. You've just got your record, rewind, play, fast forward, stop and pause. Just here you've got your standby and your on switch. You've got a button there for the timer. You've got all sorts of clock settings and record settings. You can also use the memory to record a TV channel at a later time. Perhaps you went out one night and you wanted to record a show on the TV. You could go through all these menus and record the show while you were out. You had 8 channels, analog TV channels just there. And if you lift this down just here, you've got all your analog controls for tuning the video into each individual channel on your television set using an RF cable. So as you can see, the machine is at like almost brand new condition. It's been well looked after. I'll just go round the machine and show you just how clean it is. There's not a mark on it, not one scratch. Most of these machines now almost scrap. It's almost impossible, near impossible to find one in this condition now in full working order. Even the fluorescent clock has no issues. There's no flicker, there's no segments that have gone out. The machine really has had very little use. It was probably only turned on a few times when it was new, and then it was put in someone's attic and never used ever again. So when I lived at home, my father bought the exact model. We had this model back at home when we were kids. I remember my father buying the SANYO VTC 5000. So brings a lot of memories to have another of these machines back when we were kids, watching Betamax videotapes. When we were on school holidays, we had a local video shop just up the top of our road, and we used to go and spend our pocket money on all sorts of videos that have now become classics. Many of the films now have become classics, but when we were kids it was all like the latest thing, and we spent our pocket money renting these video cassettes, running home, and we'd have lots of our friends all sat on the carpet watching these latest blockbusters. So we're going to be showing you now some of the recordings that have been left on these tapes. Some of these tapes are actually my own, and some I've bought from eBay. So let's turn the machine on. So the machine is actually on now on standby. So if we press play and see what we have.
Connery, Bridget Bardot and Stephen Boyd. In Scotland you can see the film Instead of Match of the Day at 11 o'clock. And now the weather. There'll be further wet weather over the north and west of Scotland tonight, with blustery showers further south and still the risk of thunderstorms. Winds will be quite strong in the west and through the English Channel. Saturday will be a windy, rather cool day with temperatures barely reaching 20 degrees Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit.
So as you can see, the picture quality varies from tape to tape. There is a little bit of noise on the picture, but when you consider the tapes are like 40 years old, some of these recordings 40 years old, some may be older, it's not a bad picture and the sound is very, very good.
That's the weather, and it brings us to nearly 25 past 1. Time for us to take our leave here on BBC One for tonight. Radio 2, as usual, continues on throughout the night, uninterrupted. At the moment, Ellis Hill is well on course with Night Ride. But now, on behalf of all of us here on BBC One, this is Andy Cartledge, once again wishing you, wherever you are, a very good night.
So there's an old recording of BBC One when it used to close down after its final transmission every evening, and then used to get like a high-pitched tone that used to come on the transmitter, just to let you know that the transmitter was still active. Gosh, can you imagine doing that these days? I mean, this was the days when there was no digital television. There was no satellites, there was no cable, there was no internet. We just had BBC One, BBC Two, ITV and Channel 4. That was all we had, just 4 channels. I can't imagine what people would think now if we went back to anything like what we had back then. But yeah, that is actually a very rare recording now. So let's see what we've got on the next cassette. So we don't appear to have anything on this one. So nothing on that one. So yeah, so there it is, the Betamax video recorder from about 40 years ago, a classic machine from the 1980s. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope to do some more using this machine again, but there's a bit of a taste of the SANYO VTC 5000 in beautiful condition, full working order. Thanks again.